Mustang PEK5685 back here with a video benchmark of Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. I'm going to quickly run through the graphics levels here. So this is low, and I'm going to quickly run a benchmark. So this just kind of shows you the settings, the specified settings, and we'll run benchmarks. Top left here, MSI Afterburner. It will show you all the details, CPU, GPU, frame per second, etc, etc. So this is the lowest settings possible, and we're sitting around 120, 30 frames. Very smooth, but then as you can imagine, it's the lowest settings. So let's see how the rest of it goes. Now you can keep an eye on the top left here, you'll see temperature, you'll see the GPU percentage used, CPU usage, RAM usage, and the frames per second in red there at the bottom left below the blue and the green. So around 120, 130 frames per second at the moment. And as I was saying, this is on low. So what we're going to do is, after the lows run, we're going to go to medium, high, and then ultra, or extreme. And this game uses a lot of GPU. So extreme, the frames per second will be a lot lower than what you're seeing at the moment. But it's just to give you an example of the different graphics levels here. Okay, so quickly through low then. Average FPS 122.5 frame per second, maximum 165.6 frames, minimum 81.8 frames, and then all the details there about the settings where to get that. So that's that benchmark complete. So let's go back. We'll go into options, display. We want to change the graphic level to medium now. Save, yes. Advanced options, and then we'll run a benchmark in medium. So this is the settings for medium. Let's go. So as I said, bear with us. We're just going to run through it, and I'm going to try and do this for as many games as I possibly can. If you've got any requests, let me know. If I've got them, I'll do them. If I don't, and when I purchase them, I'll certainly do them and upload them. So this is medium. Medium graphics settings now, and we're sitting around the 100 odd frames per second mark. CPU usage mixed, higher in the first few, CPU cores lower than the rest. GPU usage going between 80 odd to 90 odd % here. So this is the anniversary of this game as well, since it was first released. Was it 5 years? Don't quote me on that. I think I read something where it was the anniversary of when the game was released. There we go. So I thought I'd do a special benchmark. This game actually can be quite demanding on the higher settings, and you'll see this coming up, because we're at medium at the moment. We're sitting around 90 odd frames. We're going to go to high in a minute. We'll see how it performs then. Then it goes to extreme, and you'll see the difference in the frames per second. It does change it quite a bit. So this is us coming to the end of this frame. Right, so this is medium. So average FPS 101, maximum FPS 139.9 FPS, minimum frames per second 67.3 frames per second. So say for example you want a minimum of 67.3 frames per second with this game. medium would guarantee you not going below 67.3 frames per second with this laptop. And that's the settings there for you. So let's go back. As I said, we're about 5 minutes now, but we'll get through this as quick as we can. Options, display. As I said, you can see everything in the top left there. All the details, CPU, frames per second. Yeah, I'll just make sure it's focused enough. So we'll go high, save, yes. Advanced options, benchmarking high. So this is benchmarking high now coming up. And you'll see what frames we get here now. And that scene there, we were sitting around the 60s, high 60s. This scene's the same. 70 odd frames here at the moment. So high at the moment, guys and girls, looks like you'll get probably the most balanced experience. You'll get good graphics, good frames per second. The next step up is the best looking game or the best looking graphics, but at the sacrifice of frames per second. So it's just, I think high for this game seems to be, for this CPU currently and graphics card, about the right setting for this to run at a relatively very smooth frame rate. It's interesting, this is where the frames drop in this building here. We're looking in this building about 40, high 40s. So again, I mean, that's smooth enough. Okay, so average frames per second was 66.2, maximum 82.3, minimum 46.7. There's the settings there in front of you. You'll see what it was to get that. And obviously the GeForce GTX 1060. So our final option is the most demanding. So we're gonna go extreme. So this is gonna stress this or put this to the limit. Advanced options, and we'll run the benchmark for extreme. So after I've done this, I'll be bringing an end to the video, guys and girls. So here we go. So as you can see, at the moment, extreme's mostly around the higher 30 frames per second mark. This is an interesting game, Sleeping Dogs, because as you can imagine, there's a lot going on. It's an open world, kind of like Grand Theft Auto. It does use a lot of the CPU and GPU, although it can be mixed. We're looking around 30 frames per second at the moment. When we go into the building, it will probably drop because it's been dropping for the last couple of settings, and we'll probably see the 20s. But the city part looks around about the 30 odd frames a second, which is still fine, playable. But it seems to be inside the building that seems to cause the frame to drop further, as you'll see in a second. Here we go, down to the 20s, 25, 26. So there we go. This is us coming towards the end of it now. So that's Sleeping Dogs. That's all the settings, guys and girls. Thank you for your patience. About 10 minutes. Tried to squeeze in as much as I could there. So for Extreme, which is the most demanding level of graphics for this game, average frames per second is 34, maximum is 43, minimum is 24, which is not great. I wouldn't want to be going below 30. So again, each their own, but that gives you an idea of what the different levels, graphics levels, and the different frames per second, and the CPU and the GPU and the memory intensiveness that it uses. So there you go. So that's the video or the benchmark for Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. Please give us a like, feel free to subscribe, and this is for the ASUS TUF FX504GM, and the details are in my original unboxing video. So any questions, let us know. Any games you'd like to see tested, feel free to let us know. And thank you for watching.